What if you could let AI help you in setting up, running, and analyzing your experiments without being afraid that it could alter your data or settings without your consent? This is where MCP comes in. MCP, Model Context Protocol, is an emerging standard that allows AI models to interact with applications through a consistent interface. The MCP acts as a translator, letting AI agents access your data without needing to understand specific API protocols. This access comes with inbuilt guardrails to ensure that AI is not making changes to your data autonomously. And now, Convert has its own MCP. The Convert MCP is a server that exposes Convert's entire REST API v2 to AI assistants. Claude, ChatGPT, Cursor, and other MCP clients can now work with Convert accounts through secure OAuth. Hi, I'm Kamel, and welcome back to the Convert YouTube channel, where we talk all things zero and experimentation. With Convert MCP, here is exactly what you get. Full API coverage, 96 plus API endpoints organized into 13 clean namespaces. This isn't partial integration, it's the whole platform. A built-in knowledge base, 5,776 index content chunks from Convert's support library are bundled in. The AI assistant can answer "how do I?" questions about Convert without leaving the conversation. If required inputs are missing, it auto-queries its own search knowledge base tool to surface what's needed. 3-tiered access control, reporting, read-only, and all. You can start narrow with reporting permissions and escalate to read-only and all when needed. Security model, HMAC SHA-256 signed requests, 60-second expiration windows, and your credentials never leave the local environment. In May 2026, a major new version of the Convert MCP was released. With this new version, the Convert MCP now ships with 19 curated AI workflows built right in. These are ready-to-use prompts that cover the tasks you do most often, such as running audits, reviewing active experience health, creating custom code A/B tests, setting up split URL tests, enabling regex targeting, and safely updating variation code. Instead of writing instructions from scratch each time, you now have a set of structured workflows you can call on directly. Next, the way the MCP searches Convert's knowledge base has been completely rebuilt. The MCP now uses hybrid search, a combination of semantic understanding and keyword matching, rather than keyword-only lookup. The knowledge base has also been refreshed, now covering 500 articles and 5,776 content chunks, up from 5,279. This means when you ask the AI a question about how Convert works, you will have the most accurate and complete answers. And finally, for this release, we've included a set of fixes that make sure your data is saved correctly and your experience setup behaves as expected. Audience rules, location targeting rules, and goal types, including click, scroll, and DOM interaction goals, will now persist reliably when you create or update them through the MCP. Feature flag default values are also properly validated. On top of all of that, the release adds guardrails to prevent certain unsupported configurations from going through silently and improves how the MCP handles retries and errors when the API is under load. If you've already connected to the MCP, simply reload your LLM client and you'll have access to the new version. For those using the local Convert MCP, you will need to remove the old connection before adding this updated one. If you haven't already connected, don't worry, connecting to the Convert MCP is easy. To start, open up your preferred LLM assistant. Find the Connectors tab in the interface and enter the following hosted connected URL, mcp.ai.app.convert.com/mcp. I'll have this provided in the description for you to copy and paste. Once you click add, your assistant will open Convert, ask you to sign in, and let you choose the accounts and projects that the connector can access. And that's it! You now have access to a powerful AI tool built for real experimentation work. If you're running a local AI model, then check out Iqbal Ali's video, How to Run A/B Tests Through Claude Code, Convert MCP, and small models right here on the Convert channel. I will be sure to link it in the description below. AI-assisted experimentation is where the next wave of growth is going to come from. Let AI accelerate your execution while still keeping human intuition, strategy, and knowledge at the center to drive meaningful impact. Head to the description, grab the connector URL, and get your first AI-assisted experiment running today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!